had a good month in January and already had the chance to have hands on a good portion of single-player games. Not a lot of new ones per se, but it's a good bunch to add to your library if you want to play something solo. That being said, we've decided to mention some. Here's over 20 single-player must-haves of 2025. One of my favorite games so far has to be The Suicide Guy. Now don't let the name fool you, it's just a pretty wild ride through a bunch of worlds that the protagonist seems to be dreaming, so it's not a dark story about real life struggles, it's just some pure mayhem. You play as the guy who's trapped in his own dreams in your job to figure out how to wake up. It's just a bizarre game with bizarre puzzles, actually quite smart physics and some seriously weird stuff. It's not free, but it plays offline. The game is overall about being original and having a good imagination.
Only the world's greatest thief can stop Vile, and that's you.
Now, if you thought that Carmen Sandiego was always on the run, well this time you're actually playing as her, not another chase of a game. This is a full-on globe-trotting puzzle adventure where you're the one that's solving mysteries, pulling off stealth moves and outsmarting the villains. See, this basically brings Carmen's charm into a fresh new world where you'll find yourself in famous cities around the world, cracking cases and taking down vials with the same wit that made Carmen amazing in the first place. I would have to say it's a mix of education and adventure, and honestly, it's pretty hard to ignore. Now with that being said, Bright Memory Infinite is finally out, the remastered version, and it's totally worth checking out. I played it on Android and I would have to say it's almost everything you want from a good action shooter. The graphics are impressive for a mobile game, way better than you expect on a phone, and the gameplay is pretty much non-stop action. Plus, the price tag at $5 is almost a steal for the quality that you get. The only problem with Bright Memory Infinite is it's a pretty short game, roughly 3 hours in total, but this remastered edition has clearly taken the feedback from the previous release into account. It is now smoother, more refined, and has received overwhelming praise as well.
Italy, 1943.
Sniper Elite 4 has finally made its mark on the Apple devices, delivering its signature World War II sniping action wherever you go. You can now jump straight into the action by playing the first mission for free, experiencing the tension of freeing Italy, and then build up for the rest of it. In fact, Sniper Elite 4 is renowned for its precise ballistics and X-ray kill cams, for those of you unfamiliar, and this title also brings an expansive campaign that's just brimming with sandbox-style levels, hidden objectives, and smarter enemies to outwit along the way. Plus, it has cross-platform support across Apple devices. Take a look.
World to come back. We should get out of here.
For those of you who missed Eternights because it's a Crunchyroll's port, this game is possibly one of the greatest. It's the perfect blend of action and romance, all set in this end-of-the-world premise. It instantly caught our attention with its mix of hack and slash combat and then dating sim stuff. Yeah, you heard that right. Saving the world while trying to find your companions is the name of the game here. The combat is pretty intense and there's tons of stylish combos. However, between the battles, you're gonna be bonding with others, going on dates and unraveling, the people's backstories. The stakes are pretty high, both for love and survival, and Eternights over here balances it all beautifully. Skate City, New York is finally here too. After months of its reveal, bringing the vibrant streets of New York City to the beloved skateboarding city in a pretty smooth experience. From subways to neon-lit skylines, you're going to be moving through procedurally generated paths, dodging cabs, people, and surprise elements along the way. So, yeah, whether you're earning skate credit in challenge mode, or chasing high scores in pro modes, or just, chill out, there's something for everybody. You can even capture your style and tricks and share with friends. Now on number 7, Cargo Van Simulator is another fun and immersive experience that really lets you enjoy the world of delivery driving. Picture yourself navigating the streets, dealing with the traffic times and facing some tricky routes. as you can see, all while delivering a variety of really detailed cargo vans on the journey. The physics and engine sounds do make it incredibly real. You're gonna have to adapt to changing weather and a dynamic day and night cycle, which do add a layer of challenge. Plus, the controller support, especially the mouse and keyboard, do really make it feel alive. It's a game that's simple to pick up, but offers plenty to explore.
Meet Kyle. He's the best darn janitor at
Now, WereCleaner is, I would have to say, a wild stealth comedy game that's as much about cleaning up mess as it's about controlling your inner chaos yourself. You play as this cleaner in a constantly changing office space, armed with gadgets to deal with all sorts of mess and even the aftermath of your own rampage, because you get crazy. This game takes place in this unique, interconnected world with hidden routes and lots of details that make exploring pretty adventurous by its own. And all in all, it's a mess of fun, chaos, and laughs all wrapped in a good package. If you've got a Netflix membership, which we do hope because the current Sandiego does also require that, you've got to check out Monument Valley 3, a stunning puzzle adventure game where you're helping the famous apprentice Karen Tower Lightkeeper now to save her village from raising waters. See, the catch here is that you're going to be navigating mind-bending optical illusions and twisting the world around you to solve the puzzles, and the visuals are absolutely amazing this time, and so are the puzzles. Think like minimalistic art meeting impossible geometry with inspirations from global architectural and personal stories as a narrative. It's the most beautiful world in the Monument Valley series, and if you've loved the first two games, this one is a must-play without a doubt. Anyway, you either do that, or you can also manage your very own store from stocking pistols, rifles, and military-grade weapons as well to customize and selling them. Gun Shop Sim was released on mobiles and it's actually blown up. The game even lets you expand the shop as your reputation grows, attracting collectors, hunters, and hobbyists alike. There is a shooting range, target challenges to show off your skills, and plenty to upgrade. There is a wide selection of weapons for you to choose, and the thrill of competition is pretty high. This is a free game, roughly 200 megabytes in size. Moving on to number 11, we've got Cassette Beasts. Finally on mobile, this is a total nostalgia trip. Imagine turning into these beasts using retro cassettes while collecting and merging monsters in a pixel art RPG. The game is a quirky mix of Pokemon vibes and retro nostalgia that's already earned an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. Now, beyond the battles that you're gonna get, you're gonna be flying, swimming, and gliding through an open world that's packed with puzzles and dungeons. I mean, if turn-based monster fusions sound like your thing, in addition to what we mentioned, it is a crime to miss this game. So with that being said, at number 12, Dragon Quest X is one of the most superb RPGs for anybody that's craving something deep, offline, with all the magic of the series itself, or the universe. The world is just full of different races and captivating places that you can go, and the best part is that you get to enjoy the main story, complete with stunning cutscenes and battles that are voiced by talented actors, all without needing to be connected online. This adventure is huge. You travel across continents, you're gonna team up with friends and take on challenges together, plus the recent graphical updates have really made the world pop up on your mobile. There is a problem though, this is an expensive game and takes you roughly 12 gigabytes in size. Number 13, we've got Schoolboy Escape to Village. Although this is almost a hide and seek action game where you're stuck on your grandparents' village while they were enjoying a vacation. And instead of fun, you're now stuck doing chores and you gotta break free. You're gonna need to sneak around the house and village, dodging the grandma, the grandpa, the nosy villagers. You gotta gather items, solve puzzles, and use stealth to outsmart all these people. The village does seem peaceful though, but danger lurks almost everywhere in the game. The clock's ticking, and all you gotta do is to outwit every single person. Crunchyroll Kardboard Kings, on the other hand, I think is a nice little card shop sim that's really made in a fun way. This game basically puts you in charge of running your own very virtual shop as card owner, and if you've ever dreamed of buying, selling, and trading cards, this game does really have you covered all around the way. It's not about the transactions only, you're gonna have to manage the demands of the customers, the picky ones especially, and all while the psychic of yours guides you through the ups and downs of the business. It's funny. This game blends strategy with comedy. It's almost perfect for fans of card enthusiasts and sim games. Number 15, we've got Dino Hunter, which actually takes the old hunting games to a whole new level by simply throwing you into a Jurassic-style world filled with all kinds of dinosaurs. It's kind of like more than just a shooting game. It's about surviving in wild environments like these dense jungles and forest paths. You're going to be facing massive T-Rex, raptors, and other dinosaurs, using a mix of sniping skills and close combat weapons to deal with them. Each mission does get more intense, testing your strategy and precision, and with these graphics and immersive sounds, you will definitely feel every roar and jump scare. So I don't know, whether you are hunting here from a distance or up close, it really does keep the adrenaline pumping. At number 16, we've got Eric and the Ruined Kingdom, which is actually one of the most charming platform puzzle games we've seen so far in recent history. It's a fantasy-style puzzle game inspired by the Monument Valley, which we mentioned earlier, that really takes you on a journey through a beautifully crafted, low-poly setting and more. You're going to be playing as a prince called Eric, trying to reunite his family by solving puzzles in deserts, swamps, in the sky, and everywhere else. You can use a power to manipulate the environments, reverse time, plus you can try out the first 8 levels of the game for free before deciding to unlock the full game if that is what you want. Number 17, we've got Reviver, though which we mentioned before, it's now here in its premium form. This has to be one of the most emotional games we played recently. It blends narrative depth, puzzle mechanics, and very innovative ones as well. You play as a butterfly, subtly influencing the lives of 2 people, which happen to be in love, from just a single room. Every choice, no matter how small, ripples shaping their destinies. It's basically a deep dive into the butterfly effect. Visuals, however, do amplify its emotional storytelling, while its time-based puzzles do keep things exciting. It's an absolute steal for its originality and journey. If you missed this one before, I think it's worth mentioning that Turnip Boy is back, and this time he's trading tax evasion for Grand Theft and Turnip Boy robs a bank. If you've loved the chaos of the previous iterations, just get ready for another roguelike run-and-gun adventure as Turnip Boy this time takes on a bank. The game has vibes of think Payday, but with veggie SWAT teams and plenty of hostage chaos. Each run lets you upgrade and then refine your heist strategy with returning characters, collectibles, cosmetics, and also mobile-friendly features like auto-aim. This one's equal parts silly and strategic as a game. Grab it on iOS and Android for $6 now. Coming from the one and only developers Yam's work, this one's all about soaking into the beauty of the salt flats while putting your puzzle solving skills to the test. Escape game Uyuni has you exploring this serene, mirror-like landscape, unraveling secrets, solving clever tricks to make your way out. The game's pretty straightforward to pick up with easy controls, autosave, and even a built-in notes feature. No pen and paper needed for you to remember things. And also, if you're stuck, the game does have hints. It's pretty good for when you want a peaceful escape with a touch of challenge. Rust Mobile is coming to kick things off in the most unforgettable way imaginable. Well, for those of you who missed the news, the fan favorite game known for its battles and rags to riches gameplay is finally making its long-awaited way to mobile. It's gonna be a wild ride. Every resource counts and every corner hides potential danger. Besides, this isn't just any survival game. This is Rust packed into your pocket. Now, as much as I really want to, let's not make a big fuss here, just that while the official release is still a ways off, a lucky few will get a taste of it with a closed beta starting February. Just go and visit the game's official website right now.